a clear suggestion that it needs to be what 3 words, and I understand that a lot of people definitely got that, but the arrangement of it suggested that potentially it wasn't needed to be put in the correct order of 1, 2, 3 in order to be found. And again, I will admit that clue 3 was difficult, which is why there needed to be an extra clue, which I did give in this Discord. But darling, tonight, let us dine on mogul dishes so fine, 3 courses with wine, the first sounds divine. It also was meant to ram home the idea of the red herring, that if you were still going down the line of, oh, it's all of these different cities, darling tonight obviously spells out Darlington. Now, if you get a big old line and go through Motherwell, Darlington, and Great Yarmouth, you get a straight line, which hopefully again confirmed to people that this was a red herring. But I understand that a lot of people were going down the thought process that it potentially could have been connected in some way. But yeah, we intentionally made the red herrings quite obviously red herrings, and also the fact that words help you discover. Remember, you're looking for words here, not locations. And the clues were, and you could see this with maximum, that it was potentially individual words. So how are you going to get individual words from these clues? Darling, tonight, let us dine on mogul dishes so fine, 3 courses with wine, the first sounds divine. So the first sound in that clue is dal, darling, dal. Now, the mogul dishes so fine is meant to then connect you to the idea that it is something to do with Indian cuisine. And so it would have taken a very, very quick Google to have a look at dal is another form of lentil. So the 3 words thus far were me, myself, and mother becomes maximum. The audio clue, which I will admit was difficult, but that was hopefully you'd get thrashing from that. And darling tonight would get you lentil. Again, these were difficult, and there was a reason why these were difficult, because a lot of people were searching, and there is an element of treasure hunting that makes you try different things, and if they don't work, and have your intuition. And hopefully there was enough there from the start for you to really think, okay, no, I'm on the right track here. But we needed extra clues for the second and third clue. So initially I released the other version of clue 2, which was dark of night so deep and black, pools of light on a lone old track, what thrashing wind speaks in the trees, 2 not 1 is what you need. This very much is very similar to the first clue, the me, myself, and mother will give no more than that, because the answer is right there within the clue. Every single one of those words is 1 syllable. Dark of night so deep and black, pools of light on a lone old track, what thrashing wind speaks in the trees, 2 not 1 is what you need. And thrashing is quite a bizarre way to describe wind. Hopefully that incongruity, I don't think that's a word, but the incongruous nature of the placement of thrashing would make you think, oh, this is quite interesting, maybe what's going on here. And then 2 not 1 is a confirmer. It's literally telling you 2 not 1 is what you need with thrashing. So that was how you got the second clue to clue 2 would help you. And then finally, the confirmer for lentil, I posted a picture of that Mystery Man gave me from a takeaway from an Indian restaurant. And I think it's the last thing on the menu. One of the things, the only time that you see dal on the menu, it says literally underneath it, lentil. And lentil has been photoshopped in a way that it looks causes a greater gap. So if you were looking at the 2 side by side, there isn't that much of a jump, I don't think, for you to have realized, okay, hold on, lentil, the first sounds divine. And then from there, you had maximum, lentil, and thrashing, or I should say maximum, thrashing, lentil. And then one of the confirmers was, again, it is 203 steps from a pub, which it was. And the other confirmer was ABC. If you were confident in those 3 words, there's only, I think, 9 different combinations of which you could put it into what 3 words, and the location was incredibly obvious as to where it was. The location was 203 steps from a pub just outside Cirencester, very close to the swings and roundabout, in which I've owned my own roundabout. Now, the only way you could have kind of bypassed all of this, and it would have been very impressive, was if maximum with the first clue, you'd done a little bit of digging on maximum with my most popular video, the video that I had the maximum views, which was done at Cirencester Agricultural College. And a little bit of a Google and looked at the various pubs around there. Because it then would have made much more sense because the briefcase was on a lane called Foss Cross Lane, FOSSCROSS Lane, and it was an intersection between the main road and, well, not the main road. It was the intersection between a path, a country path, and a farming road. And with Google Maps from the satellite, you can see it makes a big fat cross in the middle of the road. And on that corner, in some bushes, buried not particularly deeply, was the briefcase full of the £10,000. So look, I understand that a lot of people might be a bit frustrated, and I have to say thank you so much for everybody taking part. Like, you guys have been incredible with the amount of how far you've been willing to go. And I'm sorry that anybody who's messaged me asking for the correct answer before you've gone on a long trip. There was just no way that I could possibly have confirm to you whether you were right or not, because that would not have been fair in any way. I think with Sam, with the correct answer, as soon as he put it in and saw it into what 3 words, it became abundantly obvious that it was in that place, as it was close to Cirencester, where I've done a lot of my videos. It was 203 steps from a pub, and it was literally a place called Fosh Cross Lane, which sounds a bit like Fosh Cross, which is obviously X marks the spot. Thank you so much for everyone, again, who's been getting involved. I'll be kind of taking questions if any of you have. This will all come out in a video on Sunday as well. I can talk about it. Hold on, we've got Sam in here.
Lucky winners.
Sam, are you there, mate?
Yeah, the heart attack stopped, I think, so that's good.
So Sam, what made you realise that when you had the 3 words that seemingly you had no idea whether they were right or not, what made you think, oh, okay, this is I need to go here now?
Well, to be honest, we were the little group of us today have just been sat there sort of, smashing words into what 3 words, and obviously we had a train of thought, and this was where it was leading. As soon as thrashing became clear to us, that was it. The spot was there. It looked realistic. The pub was right there. And then you also had Jamal quite rightly said it's literally 203 steps or feet away from said pub. And I was like, it's there. It's got to be there. So got straight in my car, definitely stuck to the speed limit.
For those that want to find the actual spot on what 3 words, what were the 3 words and what order were they in?
The 3 words were lentil, maximum, and thrashing. I believe it was in said order. And you will find, if you go there now, you'll find a very attacked bush. I had to get my ladder out of my car, which is extendable, and start sort of pushing it into the bush.
I have to say that when I buried it a kind of a number of weeks ago, and obviously with the summer, the foliage has grown a lot more.
Just a bit. I've got a few cuts and bruises from my troubles, but I'm sure it'll be worth it in the long run.
But was it? I mean, did it satisfy every metric that I said it would? Was it kind of? You said it's 203 steps from a pub. It was wheelchair accessible as well.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm not. I don't have to use a wheelchair, thankfully, but I'd imagine that you could have got there in a wheelchair. Absolutely.
Great. That's absolutely brilliant. What I'll do is, I think, were you doing this by yourself? Did you have a team? Did you have a group of people who helped us with you?
Like, I had a little squad with me. There were a fair few of us, but in the past couple of days, it's sort of been a lot of hard work from a select few. So you got Jack, who's up here now. We've also got Ross. And then I don't know where Jamal's got his hand up. If someone can let him up, bless him. You can see him there screaming down below.
Come on, Jamal.
Hello, I forgot to press the accept button. Hello, everyone.
Numpty.
But yeah, there are more. There are a few more below, but obviously, like the main guys for today at least. This is where we were.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, how are you guys planning on splitting the money? Are you going to split the money? That's got nothing to do with me, but how are you planning to split the money?
For someone that's not been very open with his words, he's asking a lot of questions now, isn't he? No, I said from the start there would be a split. We're all in this together, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't like it to be done to me the other way. So the 4 of us will have an even split. and then the rest of the guys that aided us will have a little cut of that as well, because I feel they deserve it.
And we're also obviously going to go for a pub, which
Wait.
you're very much invited to.
That's very kind. That does sound great. I mean, if you can do one that's relatively close to London, I'll be there. I'll be there.
We can do that
I'll
for sure.
give
can
you
do that.
clues to the location, Max, and I'll meet you there.
This is the next hunt, the hunt to find the Max Fosh pub.
Exactly that.
Wonderful. I mean, there are big, I think what we'll do, guys. I mean, congratulations, guys. This has been so great to see, and I'm glad that it has been solved eventually. I think what I'll do, the best thing for it is for me to have a look at the Max Talks discussion thread. If anybody's got some questions, just whack them in there, because I think that's probably gonna be the easiest way, rather than getting people to come there back and forth. Mystery Man. Mystery Man. I don't know whether Mystery Man. I don't know whether Mystery Man wants to be revealed or not. So I think that he will remain a mystery. But
Is it Brad Johnson?
It's not Brad Johnson. I have no idea.
It would have been the perfect ending.
I have no idea who Brad Johnson is. My favorite wrong theory. There were obviously a lot of wrong theories. My favorite was the fact that whenever I would just release a new clue that just had a city name in it, people would willingly and blindly just run to that city with absolutely no kind of confirmation or idea whether it was correct or not. Yes, obviously Grit Bin was a wonderful theory. That was very early doors, and I didn't quite get. Yes, the egg venture, egg, and the various relationships that have been formed out of this, both platonic and romantic. I'm not sure whether there are any romantic, but all of those have been absolutely brilliant. At what point did you think people were close, Max? I think when I saw that somebody had written, when I saw that the three answers, lentil and thrashing, had been put into the Discord at some point, I knew that people were close to finding it, which is why I then put in the of ABC, because I could realize that people probably might get a little bit sidetracked with or despondent, typing it in, and then that would be an absolute nightmare. Is there going to be another treasure hunt? Not for a while, I don't think. I am potentially going to. I've got a live tour that, again, I've been working on for a while, and the tickets will be coming soon. That I might do an adventure or a treasure hunt just for people who turn up to that live stream. So that might be those live shows. Will you do it again for the entire world instead of the UK? Virat, I don't know. I think it might be a bit harsh on people flying to different cities. That feels so bad, like getting people to fly to different countries and then for them to be wrong. That'd be savage. What did the ABC confirmer actually mean? It was purely the order in which you put it into what three words. So you could have the words, but the lentil maximum thrashing was all done in alphabetical order. Big shout out, massive shout out, CJ, to the Discord and the Reddit. You guys definitely were at the forefront and the most keen, which is why I did put the confirmers and the extra clues on Instagram as well. But I know that you guys were kind of the most dedicated in order to find out where it was. And thank you very much to all the mods as well who have helped me with Discord. I don't really understand Discord or Reddit, so this has been really, really helpful for you guys. How did you come up with the initial location of the clues? That was all Mystery Man. Everything that I've done has been Mystery Man. All the clues have been Mystery Man. So all the cleverness and the way, the intricacy of which it all put together, that's got to do with Mystery Man. Would you have worked out the what three words order without the ABC confirmer? I mean, yes. I mean, as I said, if you had the three words, there is only, I think, 9 possible combinations in which those three words can be put in. So if you were very certain that those are the 3 words, it only would have taken 9 attempts. And I think all the other attempts are absolutely nowhere near. I don't think that they're in the UK, but even if they are, they do not work with the confirmer of 203 steps from a pub. What will happen to the Discord now? I don't know. We'll probably keep it around, but I'm not so sure what's going to happen to it right now. Did you find the location for those clues? Yes, I think Mystery Man chose the location and then wrote the clues around the location. Is Mystery Man pro treasure hunter? Yes, I'm not sure whether you can be a pro treasure hunter, but Mystery Man is one of the best experts in the UK for treasure hunting. How come the red herrings are linked together more than the actual clues? Yeah, it's true, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. 9 possible brute force come when he said you couldn't brute force it. I mean, Froggy, I mean, that's not particularly brute forcing it, because you had to know that these were they were the words, but I understand that you might not be that happy with me at this point. That's okay. I know that the Q&A's various Q&A's helped, but they also might have hindered. I did see a few people saying that, oh, you said you couldn't use external websites, which is not exactly what I said. I was just worried that the reason I said you don't need to have an extensive knowledge of kind of external websites, because I was worried that people were going to be taking apart the audio clue and flipping it and finding clues within there. And I said, well, you've got to use Google at some point, or various bits and bobs. So I do not see that there was a problem with using what 3 words. What else have we got? Yes, Jamal, I'll be on your podcast for solving it. Absolutely.
Thanks,
how
mate.
long did it take to solve? Well, I mean, the first video came out about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so it's taken about that long. One word to combat the haters. I mean, I've got nothing to say for the haters. I mean, I can understand that it might be frustrating if you thought you were close, but ultimately one person's got to win. Okay, I do want a cookie from the Cookie Monster. Of course I do. Yeah, throwback to when people were talking about Jenga. That was great. Everyone was kind of interested in Jenga, and that was great to see from the initial video that I posted. All of the various just ideas that me holding flour was somewhat a clue, even though it said in the first clue, words help you discover, and Maxim was quite easily found. It was not in a grit bin. No. Can you go to the pub now? Of course you can, Ross. You've just been a part of a team that's won £10,000. Are there any points you thought you messed up in question and answer sessions? Yes, absolutely. Somebody had posted, very helpfully, had made a website in which you could put in 2 words from what 3 words, and it would come up with all of the what 3 words locations with those 2 words in. And I checked to see if it worked, and it didn't work. The three clues, the 3 what 3 words didn't come up on that website with a location. And so I said, this website is not accurate. And then I immediately realized, oh my God, hold on. Maybe they have a system in which they can see everything that people have put in there. So that's when I got really, really worried and nervous. But other than that, no. Would you do something like this again? I don't know. I think I would just do one off. I'd just do 1 clue or 1 video about it and then leave it. But yeah, if I can find a brand that will pay to do it again, then of course. What was with the Pret-a-Manger clip? Pret-a-Manger was purely, it wasn't what was being said, but it was what was happening in that clip. In the Pret-a-Manger clip, I think he's referring to in the audio clue. It happened when I was fencing in the fencing video, and I got absolutely thrashed. So hence the Pret-a-Manger clip wasn't to do with the food. It was purely a precursor of what was about to happen. What else? Why is anything to do with 1983? Yeah, I mean, Mystery Man did say this to me, that there would be these incredible coincidences that would crop up as a result of different clues, and it's kind of a bias in your thinking that when you want to find something that makes sense to your theory. So I know that there was a lot of that going on, but that is just the beauty of treasure hunting. What else have we got? Will you be making full video explaining? So of course it will. That'll be coming on Sunday. And also we've got the videos of Sam opening up the briefcase and finding it. That would be great.
Max,
yes.
me and Jack both filmed the Discord experience. Do you want us to send that via email?
I'm literally writing the email as we speak. So
yes, send that
right to you.
Send that over. That would be really, really great.
Max, can I ask?
Yes.
Obviously, you did put up a clip when you were driving to said destination.
Yeah.
In said clip, we got to hear your lovely singing voice. I think it's only that you serenade us off now to finish us off.
Unfortunately, not. That's only reserved for when I'm seemingly alone in my car. But yeah, there was people were thinking I was singing in a Liverpudlian accent. I saw a theory about that. And that's why on various occasions on the Q&As, I tried to reiterate the clues are the clues. look into the clues. Do not go on down rabbit holes. Remember, I had to make the videos interesting and long enough that people would watch them. So I get people thinking that I'm striking a match when I'm beginning of the video is potentially a clue, but I made it very clear this bit is the clue. So that's an interesting rabbit hole that people could have fallen into. What else have we got? Sorry, I'm way behind here. What was the code to the briefcase? The code to the briefcase was 000000, and all you need to do was just to do the catches, and they popped open and it opened. So there was absolutely no code for the briefcase at all. What was the reason for the 3 courses with wine line? It was purely to get 3 in there in the poem, because then it became what 3 words. So it was a confirmer for people to understand that, oh yes, this is what 3 words. And also, like to delve a little bit deeper, it was a slight confirmer as well about the fact that it was to do with food. Yes. Where are you going to check up on the case? I was never going to check up on the case. No, it was being unattended this whole time. So that was another part of me that was worried. But it was, as Sam will attest, it was quite well hidden on a country lane in the middle of nowhere. So there would be absolutely no reason why somebody would be able to have a look at the briefcase. So it was a bit of a risk that I took, but that's okay. Was the briefcase checked on? No, it was not. It was not checked on. What else have we got? What were your measures to ensure that it wasn't picked up by a pedestrian? I didn't really have any, but other than the fact that it was just very well hidden. So as I said, it was a risk. But I know that. I mean, also the fact that it was wrapped in camo tape as well. So it looked. You really had to know it was there, as Sam will attest. Sam, are you still here?
Yeah, honestly, that could have done me. Really could have. I had to push in quite deep, and then obviously sort of clocked that something wasn't quite right in the shape. And I was looking for tarpaulin, to be fair. And
I did put. Did you get the Tesco bag that I put underneath it as well?
No, I didn't get that. I just grabbed the case and ran at that point.
Oh right, okay.
Do you want the Tesco bag back?
No. I just there's unfortunately we might have littered a little bit with the Tesco bag in the middle of the field.
I'm still here. To be fair, I can go back.
Oh yeah, just have a look, have a bit of a poke around. There'll be a Tesco bag that I put down to try and make it waterproof.
I'll go back. Don't worry, I'll make sure we haven't done
No
that.
one in this Discord call go like jump Sam. Please don't do that.
Yeah, please. They can try.
I saw this question here. Was What Thrashing Winds deliberately acrostic for what 3 words? I don't know. That's probably a Mystery Man thing. But if it could be, it probably is, because he was a very, very clever man. Is Mystery Man. What have you got planned next for your channel now that £10,000 has been found? Jess, I've got a few in the works. No series, unfortunately, as yet. But that is. I mean, there's more to come. Why did it need to be found before Sunday? Because I'm not sure whether I should say this, but I will anyway. Surfshark, we made a deal with Surfshark that we'd have 4 videos in 4 weeks. And then obviously last week was the 4th week and I didn't have a video. And so they were very, very understanding with the fact they're like, yeah, we'll give you another week for people to find it. So it really did kind of need to be found before Sunday, because I had an agreement with Surfshark when the videos would be posted. So thank you very much to Surfshark for helping out. They were really, really great throughout this whole period. What else have we got? It also helps if you guys like particular questions, and if lots of you like it, it's more eye-catching and more appealing. How much is it for the Tesco bag? Can I buy the bag? No. Did it have anything to do with Motherwell? Aaron, I'm not sure whether you were here for the explanation, but Motherwell, Darlington, Great Yarmouth were all red herrings. And they were you could tell they were red herrings by the fact that Great Yarmouth is well known for smoked herrings, also known as red herrings, and there's a famous pub there called the Red Herring. And there was a straight line between Motherwell, Darlington, and Great Yarmouth, which hopefully suggested they were all connected, which meant that they were all red herrings.
Was the line on purpose? Was the line intentional?
The line was not intentional. The line was not intentional in any way. It was just an example that Mystery Man shed. We realized it before we posted, but he said, oh my God, there is a line that goes through all of these 3 cities. So it works even better now. But that's just a great example. Question for Max, but not for Max, but for Sam. What meal deal did you get? There you go, Figgy. Sam, what meal deal did you get?
Well, it's going to be a Tesco one if it's in the Tesco bag, isn't it?
Of course. This is a great question. Where was the initial field clip filmed? That's a great question. That was initially filmed down about an hour south of London. I just needed a film. I needed a field, and a farmer said, "Yeah, you can use my field to fill the clip." And the way that I was hopefully telling people that it wasn't there, and to stop people from just kind of like trying to work it out from the various visual clues around it, was the fact that I said in the rules that the case was hidden, not buried. And so that should have kind of put you off in any idea that it potentially would have been there. And that was purely a visual thing to try and make the whole thing look a little bit more exciting. Did you count 203 steps when you hid it, or did you calculate it online? I calculated it online, and that was done online. It was 0.1 miles. I put in my height, a normal stride. Yes, of course, you could make it 205 strides or 190 strides, but it was. And I think actually, Jamal, is it safe to say that when you went to have a look just to double check whether confirm it was exactly 203 steps?
So it was 570 meters on Google Maps, which I put into a converter online and gave me like 205 steps.
Oh, nice. There you go. And I'm a little bit taller, so
exactly. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Who makes my penguin hats? Yes, I've been wearing a lot of penguin hats. They're called Boobies Buckets. Boobies, Boobys, buckets, like buckets, and they make bucket hats and caps.
They do custom merch, don't they? We can maybe get custom Max Fosh.
They do make custom merch. Can this Discord throw a treasure hunt for you, Max? You can try. That's actually a very good idea. I'll try. Me and Mystery Man will try and solve it. That would be quite fun. What did
There
Divine
you go, Max.
mean?
Find the bag.
You found the bag. Great. What did Divine mean?
Good.
Divine was purely just a rhyming words. I don't think there was anything particular. I mean, the first sounds divine, so it's wonderful. That first sound, maybe it did partially relates to dal and lentil, but it wasn't a huge particular clue. Obviously, there are certain words that have got to be more useful than others, and that's the beauty of treasure hunting. Whether you can make the difference and make it aware. Are you aware of anyone who went to the location but didn't find it? No, I'm not aware. I was constantly looking at my various message requests and emails, and nobody seemed to get close. I'm looking for a quality VPN, Mr. Fosh. What would you recommend? I'd recommend Surfshark using the code MaxFosh for 83% off. You claim you graduated English when you called me out for calling you a riddle bad. You misspelled my name. I have concerns. Perhaps you can help my concern. I really can't. Real tea here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. What was the funniest theory you saw? As I said, I really enjoyed people just running to various kind of Indian restaurants because the menu was the same. The briefcase was found a day after the 1-year anniversary of finding Forest Fenn's treasure. That is a really cool fact. Thank you very much. That's really cool to know. Thank you, Victor, for pointing that out. Please, Mystery Man, I can't tell you because Mystery Man would like to remain a mystery. How long have you been planning this? I've been planning this since before I ran for London Mayor. So this has been in the works probably since the beginning of March. So a long, long time. So I'm quite glad it's all over and we can move on. I think I'll ask a couple more questions, but I'm not sure what else we can get. How did you get notified when the treasure found someone? Yeah. How did you get notified when someone found the treasure? What did you do once you got the notification? It was purely my phone number. So my phone number was in the treasure, and it just allowed me to know that it was somebody. So as soon as I got the phone call from a number I didn't recognize, I've actually been filming phone calls from people I didn't recognize a lot. And with no just on the off chance that it is potentially somebody. But as soon as I saw an 07 number, and I knew that people were getting close today, so I knew that people were much closer.
Can we point out that you hung up on me first as well?
Yes, I hung up on Sam, but I thought, oh, hold on, this is probably a little bit interesting. So no, I made sure to call back. Actually, Sam called back and I picked up then.
I was scared at that point.
What else have we got? Surfshark VPN. Thank you very much, Boops Dog. That looks beautiful. When did you put the case in place? Just before I released the first video, and I did it at about 2:30 a.m. And it was the most dodgy experience of my life because it was pitch black and there was nobody around, and I was I was hiding a briefcase full of money. So I was really, really worried about kind of getting found. Can we do a treasure hunt for my sanity? I went down too many rabbit holes. Sure. I mean, look, Sam's got 10 grand and the boys got 10 grand. So if they want to do one for 500 quid or a couple hundred quid, I don't know, 50 quid, 5 quid, I don't mind. The money is real. Yes. People thought that that it was all online, but the money is very much real.
Can I just say, Max, thank you for letting us do this.
Oh,
and
it's
giving
been
us that shit,
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
were.
know I've lost countless
Glad
hours
that's
of
the
sleep.
case, guys.
I've lost countless hours of sleep, used many a tank of fuel, but I've had so much
We're
fun.
gonna now got three new friends we
They
never
are
had before,
fantastic
so.
friends. It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I'm so I felt really I'm so glad that's the case, because I can understand that a lot of people who didn't get the answer worked really, really hard on this, and so I really, really hope that you guys don't feel too aggrieved and come to a live show, and I'll apologize to you in person. But yeah,
That's a good
guys,
point.
thank you so much.
Max,
I'm
can
gonna
we
leave
get
it there.
tickets?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah, the four founders will when they go live, I'll put you on. Actually, hold on. You just made 10 grand. You can. Yeah, no. I'm just giving you
Okay,
10
we'll
grand. I'm
pay,
not
we'll
gonna put you
pay,
on
but can you reserve them for us?
Can we have guest lists?
I'll put you. Yeah, you guys can come backstage and we can have a chat and afterwards. But you have to buy the bloody
No
bloody
problem.
tickets. I've just given you 10 grand.
But Jack's really
Okay.
forgot. Please, let me.
Sorry, Ed. You sound underwater.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Hang on.
I can't quite get what she's saying, unfortunately.
Bye-bye.
Hey, do you want to put it in the chat, and I will.
Max, in this silence, there's one quick question that a lot of people had this theory, because in your very first video, you show the case with all the money in, and one note flips up, and it's just a solid sheet of blue. Was some of the cash fake or not? Because that's been a contentious issue for weeks now.
No. What that was just purely just instructions as to like what to do when to call me, what to do when you find it. So that was like a little cardy sheet that I put in there, just in case that people didn't realise like what this all was.
I
And
can confirm that as well, guys. Just to say, I can confirm that as well.
I was trying to say, Max, could me and Aiden get maybe some VIP tickets to your?
God, everybody's just bloody asking for them now.
Please,
Who are
I mean,
you?
if it's being off, no, I'm joking.
we've
let me
given you so
know.
much publicity, Max.
If it's being
Let me
offered,
know.
I think 3,665 people might want them.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's okay.
exactly.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
But what I'll do, I will make sure to kind of email me or message me when you are coming to one of the shows, and I'll come say hi.
I will.
Hey, do you still want to get married by March?
Me and
by
Aiden
Max?
will come to a show together. I promise, and we'll yeah.
That sounds great. Okay, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much to everyone who got involved. Congratulations to the 4 winners. Sam
Thank you,
Cope, you've
Mark.
made £10,000. See you guys later.
Thank you very much.
See you,
sir.
Max.
And
Thank
with that,
you all.
he is gone.
Very skinny.
Have a good one.
Yeah, well done, guys.
The-
You still having your